Hey, I just wanted to tell you something. I am not the option. I'm the prize. So you got to decide early on, do you want me to be your prize or do you want to make me an option? Because if you make me an option, things are not going to turn out the way you want them. That goes across the board. Relationships, children, neighbors, job. I bring my best always, no matter what's going on with me, how I'm feeling, whatever. You're going to always get my best. So if I can't get your best, then I don't want any of it. Everybody has a bad day. Everybody does. People deal with stuff that we don't even know. People can't look at you on the outside, some people, and know that you have any kind of illness or anything. I've dealt with chronic pain since 2006. Use all kind of different medications and shots and blockers and steroids. The pain is still here and it's 2026. So I decided I'm not going to keep taking all this stuff that they prescribe me because it makes me feel worse than the pain. It stops the pain, but once the medication wears off, the pain comes back with a vengeance. That's the way I am about life. Some things are hard. We got to go through it, try to make it right or whatever. But nothing beats a failure but a try. We have to try. If you don't try, you can't blame anyone but yourself. You. We have to try. I don't like negativity. If my kids start arguing, I'm gone. Or I'm sitting there silent like a stone. I'm not going to engage in back and forth. Life is too short. What are you going to do with your life? Find something to do. Make some new goals. Get a hobby. Do something. Don't just sit there like a bump on a log. You only get an excuse if you're severely disabled. Otherwise, there are classes and things you can go to. If you don't want to do that, Google is the whole wide world. Find yourself something to do. Again, life is short. If you're in your 70s, you got almost 100 years behind you, almost. So why are you going to sit up and cry and be distressed and depressed over what happened or what didn't happen? What was your contribution to what happened or what didn't happen? We have to self-analyze. Don't be selfish with it either. If there's something that you can help someone with, do it. Doesn't cost you. A smile doesn't cost you anything. A hello doesn't cost you anything at all. Sometimes I go downtown, not recently because I had a stroke, but I will go downtown Chicago, homeless people everywhere. Some people just curse them out if they ask for $1 or whatever. There have been times I've stopped and took them to lunch. Took them, bought their lunch, and left them there. There are a couple, every month I went and I gave them $20. What is it taking from you? How much does your Starbucks coffee? I don't drink coffee, but I hear it costs a lot for one cup of coffee. Maco latte and extra caramel sprinkles on top and all that stuff. Give somebody else one of those. Stop being so stingy and mean and hateful. Walking around with a frown on your face all the time. Let's spread love, please. You know, when my children were coming up, I had four girls and three girls and a boy, both times, older kids and younger kids. My kids were not allowed to fight each other in the house. They were barely able to wrestle around with each other because then it may turn into a little fight. No. From the time I brought my kid home and put him in the bassinet, I had a little radio. We put it in the bassinet and put it on smooth jazz. So all of my children, they knew all the songs by the time they were 5. People would ask them, Where did you learn that song at? At home with my mother and my father. From the time they were born, I set an atmosphere for my children. So if any of them say, "Oh, that was fighting and arguing and stuff," not in our house. There was not. Mm-mm. And my husband and I, we made a pact with each other. If we had to argue or say something terrible, we had cars sitting in the driveway. Go get in the car, sit in the driveway and talk. Or get in the car, drive to the park and talk. I have kids in their 50s. You can ask any one of them how many times they heard their father and I argue. They're going to all say the same thing. One time. The whole time. And the only reason they heard at that time is because we were all in the bathroom together. Because the daddy had just came home. They didn't see him that often by him being in the military. So when he had time off, they flooded him. So they heard us have some words. They weren't nasty words. They never heard a curse word in our house. I never even brought a drop of alcohol in my house. Even though my first husband, he was an alcoholic. But he didn't drink at home. He would come home, fall in the door drunk. In the military. But we didn't have alcohol in our house because we didn't want the kids to get hold of it. His guns, he never brought them in the house. He had a safe box and he kept it in one of our cars. So when people tell me about certain things, I just look at them. Because my thing is, you set the tone and the attitude for what goes on around you. If you don't like it, if both your legs are working, walk away. You don't have to give any explanation. Just turn your little self around and walk away. We can brighten the corner where we are. That's what my grandmother used to say. Had a little song that the little kids sang in church, brighten the corner where you are. And that's what I do. I get aggravated and upset just like everybody else. But most of the time, I'm just going to shut my mouth and sit there until everybody calms down, and then we'll have a nice, calm conversation. When I walked off and left my husband, I didn't say a word once I walked out the door. Not one word. Till he dropped me off so I could come back to Chicago. I didn't say one word. When I got out the car, I said, "Goodbye and be safe." That's all I said to him. Haven't said another word in 3 years almost. In July, it'll be 3 years. You decide how you're going to be. People fight, kill people, all on emotions. We got to learn how to control our emotions. We're going to have them, but don't let them rule your life and ruin your life. Most of all, don't let them ruin your life. Get a hold of yourself. It may take time. Stuff doesn't happen overnight for everyone. I just determined certain things were going to happen or not happen in my life. I wanted to raise children that would be productive to society. And my children, with the exception of one, are professionals, most of them. Teachers, head chemists, all different kinds of things. Owner of cheerleader teams, just because I told my children, don't depend on anyone else to take care of you. You set the tone for your life. You do what it takes to make you have the kind of life you want. If you can't have exactly the kind of life you want, get as close as you can and strive to stay there. Even though I'm a senior and a girl of a certain age, you're looking at a happy girl. Because this is what I determined to be in my elderly life, even though I've been sick on and off since November of 2019. Even when I was sick, a lot of people didn't know. A lot of people didn't even know that I had COVID. If my kids took me to the clinic or whatever, people didn't know what I was there for. Mm-mm. Some people just like sympathy. You like to look sick, look depressed. No, 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 no. Think about the good things. We could be right now in Iran or in Israel, Gaza, any of those places where bombs are falling. No, I'm sitting right here in my living room on my couch listening to smooth music. That's what I'm doing. Determine who you're going to be. Don't let anybody decide who you're going to be. Don't lose yourself. Sometimes we lose ourselves. I almost lost myself raising 8 children to one day all my children grown and gone and I'm still sitting in the house and I had to say, Wani, get up and get out of here. Because I wanted to travel. And that's what I was doing until I caught COVID and they shut everything down the first time. But I was living my life, what I had planned for myself in my senior years. Just do it. It may not be easy, but do it. Start making a list. Write things down. I always tell my kids, write it down in case you forget. Write down your plans and work on them. And don't give up until you meet that goal. I just recently met goals of being able to stand up and put on pants. You know how you stand up and put a leg in, then the other. I couldn't do that because the stroke had made me unbalanced. I can do it now. I can do it now. I love to dance. Couldn't dance because I can't twirl and do all that. I'll twirl right out in the street. But I can do it now. I can't twirl or whatever, but I can dance again. I can walk. I'm not on the walker. The walker is in the closet. And I don't plan to have it out unless something happens. And I never said, I don't think, but I have two titanium rods in my left leg from a freak accident that I had in 2006 and had to have my leg rebuilt. I thought my life was over, honey. I couldn't wear no more stilettos. Oh, my God. Sexy shoes, high heel shoes. Oh, my life was just over. Till I decided I'm not going to let that define me. They have pretty sexy shoes with short heels. I'll wear those. My doctors told me I would always have to wear orthopedic shoes. And I told them, no, I'm not. And I don't. And I won't. You set the bar for yourself. Just don't do anything stupid that's going to hurt you. But set your bar. Set it high. Set it high. All right, guys. You all have a wonderful evening.